Did you know that real estate frauds have cost victims more than $1.5 billion in the last decade alone? This unsettling reality spans across the globe, leaving no corner untouched. It's not just about the financial loss, which is staggering in itself, but the shattered dreams and disrupted lives left in its wake. These frauds are not random acts, but carefully orchestrated schemes. Now you might be wondering, how did these frauds occur? Let's dive into some infamous cases. First on our list is the infamous Lou Pearlman, the man behind the largest Ponzi scheme in history. This unassuming impresario, best known for managing boy bands like NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys, had a darker side. Behind the scenes, Pearlman was orchestrating an elaborate Ponzi scheme, using the allure of fake real estate investments to ensnare unsuspecting victims. Pearlman's fraudulent operation, Transcontinental Airlines Travel Services, was nothing more than a well-crafted illusion. It boasted of high-return real estate investments that, in reality, did not exist. This deceitful enterprise lured in investors, only to leave them high and dry when the truth was exposed. The downfall of Pearlman's empire was as dramatic as its rise. His illicit activities were exposed and he was sentenced to 25 years in prison in 2008. The aftermath was devastating. Pearlman's fraud resulted in a loss of over $300 million, leaving countless victims in financial ruin. Our next case transports us to India, where a group of scammers orchestrated one of the largest land frauds in history. The scam was as audacious as it was intricate. A group of fraudsters had the audacity to sell non-existent lands to unsuspecting buyers. They used forged documents and fictitious land titles to convince people that they were purchasing legitimate properties. The plots of land, they claimed, were located in prime areas, ripe for investment, and bound to multiply in value. These fraudsters were not working alone. They had an entire network of accomplices, including corrupt officials who turned a blind eye to their activities. But like all houses built on sand, this fraudulent scheme was destined to collapse. The authorities began to notice a pattern of complaints from disgruntled buyers who found out too late that they had been duped. Investigations were launched, leading to the eventual crackdown on this fraudulent operation. The culprits were brought to justice, but the damage had already been done. The impact was immense. Thousands of people had lost their hard-earned money, their dreams shattered. The trust in the real estate market was severely affected, causing a ripple effect that was felt throughout the country. The Indian land fraud case resulted in a loss of over $700 million, shaking the country's real estate market to its core. This case serves as a stark reminder of the importance of diligence and transparency in real estate transactions and the far-reaching consequences of fraud. Our final and most shocking case takes us to China, where entire cities were built, but no one came to live. This is the perplexing story of the Chinese ghost cities. In the early 2000s, China embarked on an ambitious project fueled by a vision of rapid urbanization. Developers were given the green light to construct cities that could house millions. They built sprawling residential complexes, shopping malls, and even government buildings, all in anticipation of a massive wave of urban settlers. But the cities remained eerily empty. Imagine walking down a street with towering skyscrapers on both sides, but not a soul in sight. Picture a bustling city center, but with no bustle, no energy, no life. That's the reality of these ghost cities. The idea behind this grand scheme was that the urbanization would follow the construction. The government believed that rural residents would flock to these newly built cities, drawn by the allure of modern amenities and a better life. However, this expected migration simply didn't happen. Why? The prices for these urban homes were sky high, well beyond the reach of the average Chinese citizen. As a result, the cities remained largely uninhabited, turning into modern-day ghost towns. The impact on China's economy was profound. With no one to occupy these cities, the real estate market crashed. Property values plummeted, leaving developers and investors in a lurch. The banks that had financed these projects found themselves saddled with bad debts. The ghost cities became symbols of China's economic woes and the pitfalls of unchecked speculation. They serve as a stark reminder of what happens when ambition outpaces reality. In the end, the ghost cities resulted in a staggering loss of over $1 billion. This marked it as one of the biggest real estate frauds in history, a monument to ambition turned sour, and a stark warning for future developers and investors alike. These shocking cases of real estate frauds have left deep scars on the victims and the economy. From Lou Pearlman's grand deception to the enigmatic Indian land fraud and the eerie Chinese ghost cities, Each case underscores the need for vigilance. Ensuring due diligence, seeking legal advice and maintaining skepticism towards deals that seem too good to be true are crucial steps in safeguarding your real estate investments. Remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Stay safe and keep your investments secure.